Hey everybody, welcome to Climb the Ladder for episode 153 presented by Washed Up Network. I'm your co-host Hunter, and my equally good-looking twin brother Duncan is right here with me. Thank you to everybody who's been tuning in each week. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review us on iTunes and Spotify. Plus, you can see two of the same face when you head over to YouTube. This entire episode is brought to you by our all-new CTL Koozies. We released a select number of American flag themed koozies to kick off the summer. If you want one, send us a message. As always, let's climb the ladder.
All right, episode 153 coming in style with the brand new can
Ice
coolers.
cold.
Yeah, ice cold. It's a CTL design on the American flag. Keep your drinks cold, keep your hand dry. And I tested mine out yesterday on Memorial Day and it fit, it worked, it was awesome. And gonna make sure Hunter has his hands on some soon. And we'll mention it again at the end. But yeah, if you want one, hop over to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and send us a message. Special $5 each right now while we're in the Memorial Day zone, and you'll definitely have it in time for the 4th of July. But you'll have it before if you order now. So yeah, excited. First merch roll in a while.
Yeah, let us know. We definitely just want to get them out there. We want to get them in your guys' hands. I mean, seriously, no better time. Like in the Pacific Northwest, it's been 70s and 80s. Memorial Day was the coldest weekend we've had in the month of May, which bad timing, but also a good sign because it still hit 70. And we're looking up from here. I know Boise's been hot. But wherever you are, like get the CTL koozie. You can see them on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. You want to get one for sure. I'm having to make do. I got a little bit of red, white, and blue. Complimentary at the Rainiers game last week.
Nice. That's a cool one. Yeah, maybe we jump into it right now. Little Rainiers recap from you, little Hawks game recap from me. We both had
Oh,
some games last week, so that would be cool to do a little recap. I know the beer was cold and the baseball was good, so
yeah. I mean to start with the Rainiers game. Uh, it was a good one, and then it wasn't, and I don't know what happened. Kind of a slow start, 0-0. I think then 1-1, and then we got a 3-run shot, just gone. I think it was Mike Ford. I don't remember exactly, but just like a no doubter over the right field fence. Um, and then I looked away, was talking to some people because we had a suite, and I looked back and it was 12-4. So not sure what happened with our
tough time.
hometown AAA, but
Dang.
walked away with some barbecue brisket, mac and cheese, Caesar salad, and as many big waves and Mickey Ultras as I wanted.
Nice. Man, you can't beat it when the food and the drinks are bottomless. Yeah, I hit the Hawks game, got some tickets for last Thursday before they hit their road trip this weekend. And they just started last Tuesday, so only a week into the season. They were only 2 days in at that point. So it was pretty full for a Thursday night. It was kind of buzzing. And the Hawks showed up. They're actually looking really good. Um, for people that don't remember or haven't heard us talk about them before, they were a single A, short season single A for the Rockies most recently. During COVID, they went independent, and I think they're still funded by the minor leagues. But yeah, it's a fun, kind of small town environment. And I think it was 0-0 in the first, and in the second, they opened it up, bottom of the second, 9-0, and they ended up winning, I think, 12-7. But man, they were just crushing home runs. It was fun. It was a good game. Had my first, I feel like it's summer, the weather's right when you have your first summer shandy of the season. And summer shandy on draft, it was like it had to have been the coldest shandy I've ever had. And when you're sitting there at a baseball game with a cold shandy, like life really doesn't get better than that. Felt so good. Had a ice cream souvenir cup as well, Huckleberry. special Idaho edition, and yeah, it was awesome. So glad we got to get out to the ballpark, even if it wasn't the Mariners recently.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, talk about feeling summer, Memorial Day weekend. Also, that's what we're all about. Got to send the shout out. Thank you to all who have served, especially the ones who didn't make it back home to their families. But to all the veterans, thank you for your service. And thank you for representing what we love and allowing us the freedoms that we do have.
Yeah, it was a great weekend. We did a little bit of adventuring out there. Went and did a new hike here in Boise, just outside of town, and then spent actual Memorial Day up at the lake. Got the jet ski and paddleboard out, so soaked up the sun a little bit, and then yeah, back to work today. Definitely felt like a Monday though.
Yeah, I feel like it doesn't feel like the end of the week on these short weeks until like Friday afternoon, and you're like, oh crap, I still kind of have a lot to do. Because it definitely felt like a Monday.
Yeah, we'll have to preview our upcoming weekends here at the end, but my Friday is tomorrow, so I'm pretty stoked on that. But we'll leave the people wondering why till the end. Let's get
Yeah.
into a little M's talk. We got the Mariners who triumphantly swept the A's. Little recap of the Mariners' recent success, and you have a little fun fact for us.
Yeah. Well, the Mariners swept the A's. We were talking about them a week ago when we recorded the last episode. And then they followed the sweep with a win against the Pirates at home. Good weekend series. I mean, that was hard fought. That was a good battle. A lot of home runs. I feel like came out of that. Julio's back on. He was in kind of a slump. Kelnick looked good. Um, I saw another. Oh, the walk off by Suarez in the bottom of 10. Just a no doubter,
Yeah,
three
that
run
was
shot.
sweet.
It was 3-3 in the 10th.
Cal's
And
pretty much just been hitting moonshots too.
yeah, but the call, I think by Rick Riz, it was like, hey, you, Henio Suarez.
Nice. I love the name too because it doesn't look like how it's spelled, and then they call him Gino,
Yeah.
but it's a Eugenio, and I'm like, that's good all around, and that makes for a great announcement name too.
Yeah, he's definitely a people's player. Like, I wonder if he has done or will do any like combo thing with the Seahawks. Like if he raises the flag and
Mm.
like if Geno Smith throws out the first pitch or something.
Yeah, that would be
Um,
cool. Little
little like
Gino X Gino.
yeah, like Geno home and home.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
So
Um,
little recap, swept the A's and then took the series. I think it was 2 out of 3, right? Against the Pirates.
yep. And
That's
then
good. I mean, I feel like the Pirates was kind of a must win. And to only drop one against them and keep it moving. It's gotta feel good.
yeah, no doubt. And then ending the 10 game homestand with a series against the Yankees. So they dropped the first one and then they go on Memorial Day and then Tuesday, Wednesday before hitting the road.
Yeah. And then I don't have the schedule pulled up, but I know from when we looked at it last week, seems like they're kind of hitting quite the road stretch for a little
Well,
bit.
they go into a pretty fierce West Coast matchup. So they open it up against the Rangers, who I believe are still at the top. I was gonna check that real quick. Yep, still at the top, holding a pretty good lead, 3 games up on the Astros. Um, and we're right there close to the Angels, who I think the Angels are it's about time for a little bit of a slump. Um, so yeah, we gotta get some division wins with what is it, a quarter or a half of what the old schedule was of division matchups. So they
Yeah, it's
matter
kind of
even more.
weird.
Yeah. And then we get the Padres and the Angels. So two of our division matchups that are crucial.
Nice. Yeah, that'll be good. I do have to give Bryce Miller a quick shout out before we finish out the
Oh
outlook.
yeah.
If
Making
anybody's
history.
following, yeah, if people are following baseball, I mean, we're closing out his first month. He made his debut on May 2nd, and in just his first 5 starts, his only 5 starts, I mean, he's making history, like you said. He's setting records. He's got 36 innings pitched, which is awesome across 5 games and or 6 games, looks like. Uh
Last night was.
yeah, true. And he's got 31 strikeouts in 36 innings. Like the dude is just dealing.
Man.
He throws fast. He only got drafted 2 years ago, so he rose right through the minor league rankings. And dang, he's just like, I feel like everywhere I look, it's young Mariners talent. And we've talked about that for so long about what's it going to take to build to get to the postseason and then have a long postseason. And I think people like him are going to be the kind of the X factor.
Yeah, that's big time. I mean, is now the time to say that, well, this is like a way too far prediction look ahead, but is this the blessing of Robbie Ray getting injured and being out for the whole season?
It might
Maybe
be. I
too soon
mean,
to tell, but I think so.
yeah, door was open and Miller's taking full advantage of the opportunity. It looks like he's partnering up with Miller Lite, and it's Miller time all the time, it seems like. So
Well, and it works, I think last year, but I definitely saw him capitalize it on it to start the season this year when I went to a game in April. But Miller Lite is the stadium sponsor. And so it's pretty good. It fits.
nice.
I
That's
I
awesome.
have to say one thing that I was reading, just an update on our bullpen. I was like, where are these guys at?
Hmm.
Um, and kind of struggling. Seawald's definitely carrying, which I have him on my fantasy team, and he's
Did work
rocking.
out so well.
I mean, he's consistent. He's good. He doesn't drop the negs like
Nice. Like the rest of your rotation.
yeah, man, I pick up a guy, I try to get a start, boom, drops a negative 15.
Oh, tough.
But Seawald, I mean, he comes in like he goes 10, 10, 5, 2, 10, 15. So
Nice.
he's clutch. He's definitely number one. I didn't even realize, I guess Diego Castillo, our kind of secondary Castillo, he was struggling and he got optioned for indefinitely to AAA.
Oh, dang. I didn't
And
realize that.
he carried the bullpen in 2022. So
Yeah, that guy throws fast too.
yeah. So Matt Brash has had some ups and downs, but he's staying healthy, which is good. I'm a big Matt Brash fan. Um, I remember following him in Double A in Arkansas with the Modesto Nuts.
Nice.
And
Great name.
yeah, and he's good. He's battled some adversity. He was vying for a spot in the starting rotation and then ended up in the bullpen, which is where he should be. I
Mm.
remember listening to an interview with Dipoto saying like, "Hey, we're going to develop this guy, and he's found a spot in the bullpen, which I think he deserves." But the depth, I think, could be a concern if the guys don't get healthy and stay
Mm.
healthy.
Yeah, that's a good outlook. I feel like we don't talk about the bullpen until it's a problem. So if it's looking like it's going to be a problem, it's good to realize that now and see if there's something that we can do about it. You had mentioned to me before we started a little fun fact about our upcoming home opponent when we get back from the road trip. Let the people guess and then give us the answer to your question.
Yeah, so a little 10 game look ahead. Um, I'm I'm saying we go six. I'm saying we go 6-3 on this road trip because the Mariners need it right now at this point in the season to start June, we got to go 6-3. We can't split it. We got to win the series. We got to win at least 2 out of 3. Rangers is going to be tough. Angels are going to be tough. Padres are going to be tough. But our first game back home, I was looking ahead and I'm like, what's that? The Fish, the Miami Marlins in Seattle, corner to corner. I mean, that's 100% got to be the farthest matchup, right?
Yeah,
Like
definitely.
opponent matchup has to be corner of the United States, Northwest versus Southeast. The Fish are coming to town, and I was like, Miami doesn't come to Seattle. Like when was the last time? So everybody can guess for a second, have the number in your head. So I had to look it up. So
This
we
is
did play
like the classic rock thing at T-Mobile Park when they play the song.
yeah, they
And
play the
it's
boom,
like, what
boom,
year
boom,
is it?
boom.
And then they show 19, and then they show the 8, and then they show the 8, and you're like, oh, I knew it was
Ah.
88.
So yeah, so same thing. Uh it's like that classic rock corner with CTL. Um, but I was like, I feel like we haven't even played them forever, right? Like that doesn't even sound like a familiar matchup.
Yeah.
So we played them one series in 2022. So I was like, okay, like my bad. Um, and the Mariners went 1 for 3 in that one. Um, so that was 2022. And the last time the Marlins were in Seattle, they actually only went to Seattle twice in the 2010s decade. The
Wow.
last time was 2017.
And that's crazy because I mean, 6 years to not go to a stadium. I know that'll change now with the new type of schedule that they rolled out. But what was the time before that? Because I believe that we were there.
2011.
Is that
And actually, let me throw this one out. This is fun. The Miami Marlins only visited Safeco once in the 2010s because in 2011 the Florida Marlins visited.
Mm. And that's when we were there, and the Mariners were the away team, if I remember correctly. When Jason Vargas hit the first
Oh,
Mariners
interesting.
home run as a pitcher in Safeco.
Interesting.
Is that when that was?
It's hard to tell. Let me see. Um,
Let me do a little Jason Vargas research.
well, because if it wasn't 11, then it was 08. So isn't that crazy that one team can come every 3 years? Well, not even come to the stadium
Wow.
every 6 years, and we only play them every 3 years. Like that just goes to show that we needed a schedule revamp,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I'm glad that they moved to the format that we currently have. Just pulled
Yeah.
up Jason Vargas, had to scroll about 3/4 down the page, and I'm looking for the home run category if he has one. And oh, it's not showing that he has a home run. I swear it wasn't it him.
I I think so. Let me look it up too because this is a fun one. I remember because we were there. Um,
It says games batting 1, plate appearances 2. So let's see. And
let's
that was in
see.
2011. A
Um,
3-game series moved to Seattle from Miami are included with the Marlins attendance record. So we were there in 2011, the last time the Florida Marlins were ever in Seattle. And
wow.
that was a home game for the Marlins. Do you remember going to that?
Oh yeah, wait, I'm looking at another one here. Wait, so what? So was it Vargas? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I feel like it was. I just can't find.
Because right here it says Felix Hernandez batting against the Marlins on June 24th, 2011. The Mariners played as the road team, even though the game was at Safeco Field.
Yeah, we
And,
were at one of them.
and Felix hit a grand slam
Oh, maybe.
at Safeco.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. Now I'm remembering. Felix was the first home run by a pitcher at Safeco. We saw Vargas, who was the first Mariners pitcher to ever hit in Safeco. I believe
Oh,
that's what the stat was.
oh wait, this is conflicting.
Everybody's like, you guys should have done your research already.
Well, it's just fun, like real time. Because earlier in this same article, um,
I don't know why these names stick with me. Like, let me read off a few and
I was looking at two different Felix things.
oh,
Oh, oh, that's confusing because it was the same. It was one day apart of the month of June, 3 years apart. Okay, let me correct that.
okay.
And then don't forget yours. On June 23rd, so the other one was June 24th. June 23rd, 2008, King Felix hit the only home run by a pitcher in Mariners history with Adrian Beltre, Jeff Clement, and Willie Bloomquist aboard. He took the first pitch that he saw over the wall for a grand slam.
That's amazing. I was just gonna read off a few names for nostalgia purposes for any Mariners fans.
Love
Justin
it.
Smoke, the one that got away. Is he still playing? He was in Toronto not that long
I
ago.
picture him in a red uniform lately. Let's see.
Oh, his picture here shows him in a Giants hat.
Oh, I'm seeing Milwaukee.
Yeah, looks like he went Seattle, Toronto, and then Milwaukee for a season and San Fran for a season. Stopped playing in 2020.
Hung it
Okay,
up in 2020.
I'll just rip through a couple more because it's a good throwback. Uh Justin Smoke, Dustin Ackley have his bobblehead right here. Um Sean Figgins also have his bobblehead here in an Angels uniform because Mandy's family liked him. We didn't. That's a different day. Franklin Gutierrez can't beat Goody, the guy. Ichiro
Just
in
going
there.
horizontal. That's
Yeah.
what you picture.
Seager was also on that team in 2011. Trying to see if Willie Mo Pena, I remember that name. And then let me give you a couple pitchers to ring a bell. Doug Fister, Felix Hernandez, Eric Bedard, Michael Pineda, Jason Vargas, and
How
then
did that team not do anything for
yeah,
10
I
more
know.
years?
The only other two that stick out for me, or three, Tom Wilhelmsen. I forget what his name was. He wasn't the sheriff because that was, or was he the sheriff? He was a big dude.
No.
Tom
Uh,
Wilhelmsen, Charlie Furbush, and then Brandon League. Those are some names that I will not forget. But yeah, that team went 67 and 95, finished fourth in the AL West. That was not a great year.
dang. I don't know where you got this sheriff because that was Norm Charlton from he was
Oh,
born in the 60s.
Wilhelmsen was the bartender. Look that
The
up.
bartender. Oh, there you
Yeah.
go.
People out there are like, come on, man.
Yep.
The
Tom
bartender
Williamson.
gives a tall drink of water.
Yeah, he's what 6'6".
Man, we had Eric Wedge as the manager in 2011. Dude was terrible.
Doesn't even sound familiar.
That was in the era for anybody that has been a Seattle sports fan in like '08 to 13 when like the no hope years. That was when the Huskies and the Cougars were terrible. The
Oh,
Seahawks hadn't drafted Russell Wilson yet, and so they were in like the Travaris Jackson era. The Mariners, they had 67 wins, 75 and 71 under Eric Wedge. Um, the Sonics, it was still salt in the wound from like 2 years prior. That was a rough end of the 2000s, beginning of the tens.
Yeah, wow. Well, I looked up the Mariners managers. Um, Sadly, after Lou, most of these don't sound familiar.
They're all like 2 or 3 season stints.
Yeah, so Lou Piniella was there from 93 to 02. Obviously, the most successful run in Seattle Mariners history with 840 wins and 711 losses.
Dang.
And then I don't know if he cursed the Emerald City or what, but we had Mike Hargrove for 2 years, went 192 and 210.
Mm.
John McLaren, 07 to 08, 68 and 88. Jim Riggleman uh, was the last 90 games of the 2008 season. So 2008 was rough for the city.
Dang.
36 and 54. I do remember this name. I think this is the only one. Don Wakamatsu from
Oh,
2009 to 2010 went 127 and 147.
I'm sure they were all supposed to revive, but I feel like he was the one that was supposed to really come in and make it happen.
Yeah, he also didn't finish the season. And then Darren Brown coached the last 50 games, went 19 and 31. And then Eric Wedge, like you said, and then Lloyd McClendon before we got Scott Service.
Dang. Well,
Ah,
sorry for the side tangent on the bad Mariners, but that's some childhood
no,
memes right
no
there.
skip had a winning record from when Lou Piniella left in 2002 until Lloyd McClendon came for one or for 2 seasons and went 163 and 161.
Jeez. So that doesn't even mean he had a winning season,
Right.
right?
Yeah, I guess a skip with a winning record. So yeah, he didn't have a winning season.
Yeah, that's rough.
Wow.
Dang.
So it was literally, yeah, 20. Well, when the Mariners missed the playoffs last year,
Yeah, they've had some winning seasons, but still the drought. Yeah, still
still.
between Lou and Scott though. That's rough. Um, should we head outside the diamond and do a little deep cuts to wrap up?
Yeah, I think you have to kick this one off. Um, just a reminder for the climbers, this whole episode is brought to you by our brand new CTL Koozies, can coolers, whatever you want to call them, ringing in the summer, the patriotism, whatever you want to get out of it. You're not going to have a cold hand and you're not going to have a warm beer.
Yeah, whether you're drinking bubbly, LaCroix, Coors Light, and IPA, a seltzer will work. I mean, you could put a skinny can in
You go
it.
skinny,
It'll fit.
Mickey
Tall boy,
Ultra.
whatever you're looking for, it's gonna keep it cold. So yeah, shoot us a DM. That's the best way to order. We'll get it in your mailbox, and then we want to see your selfie with it too.
Definitely. Well, Dunk, you have to open up the deep cuts because you were firing some stuff.
Yeah, I just found a good radio today and was kind of grooving. I'll let you have those ones though. I'm gonna go deep cut today, which is not as deep, but ended the day with a little jelly roll. For anybody out there that doesn't know jelly roll, he went from like hip hop rapper in and out of prison to kind of a recent up and coming country star lately. And I tuned into him because he has a new documentary either coming out or it might have just come out yesterday or today on Hulu, but definitely want to check that out because such a cool story, such a rebound and kind of proof of what life with drugs and life without looks like. And he's made a full 180, taken people by storm. I think he sold out Bridgestone Arena in Tennessee. So it's just cool to see everything that he's done. And I don't know much of his older stuff, but some of his new ones are pretty awesome. So definitely give Jelly Roll a try for something a little different.
Yeah, I saw that that's coming out. So definitely got to check it out. Yeah, for deep cuts, I mean, you kind of get two today because I got to give it to you. Um, But if anybody just wants to go rocking, just right now hop over to Spotify, or if you're ancient and you use Apple Music, you got to throw on Greta Van Fleet. It's like a time machine to the 80s, which obviously we weren't there either. But everything that we grew up on that our dad had us listening to, I mean, like it's, I don't know, a mix of Aerosmith, Leonard Skinner. I'm trying to think not of like the hair bands, but like Def
Van
Leppard,
Van Halen,
Van Halen. I mean, yeah, throw them all in there.
but they're
Maybe a
our
little bit,
age for
huh?
everybody out there. They're our
Yeah,
age, which is cool.
yeah. So then this is like fast forward 30 years, same sound, brand new band, Greta Van Fleet. And I'm not gonna pick one of them or their most popular because I mean those are great too, but turn it on, heat above, and that just
Mm.
gets it rocking. It's Duncan and I were trying to like figure out the setting Friday afternoon. You're like trying to wind down the workday, get there, get ready for the weekend. That's what you want.
Yeah, the other one I'll mention, just kind of adjacent to them, is Goodbye June. They're mostly rock with, like, you can tell they're kind of from the south, like kind of a Leonard Skinner vibe, but more fast-paced rocking. Um, Step Aside is their number one song on Spotify, and that's just a jam. But any of Goodbye June stuff, they have some stuff that's a little slower too. Named, fun fact, after, I think it was one of the band members' brothers that passed away. Um, just a little tribute, but yeah, just a kind of a cool, different, more on the rock side of things if you're into that, or want to get into it. It's a good, it's, you're not listening to your dad's music, it's your own, but it's good stuff.
Yeah, it's three cousins, and one of their brothers died in the month of June. So uh yeah, pretty clever, great sound. I mean,
Yeah,
hand in hand, Greta Van Fleet, like that's like new age rock, but bringing it back to like, hey, this is rock and roll.
yeah. Well, not on our agenda, but I'll give a little shout out on fantasy feats and failures. Beat Hunter last week. I got up to 500. I'm 4-4 now. He just couldn't pull it out, and now I think you're like 2-10 or something.
Man, two wins and a tie, and now I'm playing the first place. Like it is not going well.
Shake the 8 ball. Outlook not good. Um, but yeah, that was a good week in fantasy for me, not so much for Hunter. And yeah, we kind of recapped Memorial Day weekend. We both got fun weekends ahead, but we'll be back next week for your regular scheduled programming. Hunter, a little quick preview of what's ahead for you.
Yeah, coming off of a 3 day weekend this past weekend. I know you got a little bit coming up too, but I follow up a 3 day with another 3 day. I feel like it's well deserved after, we don't get a day off between New Year's and New Year's and Memorial Day other than Good Friday, which is awesome.
Yeah, you
Um,
kind of grind it out for the first like 4 months of the year, and then all of a sudden it's like holiday every month.
yeah, then it's Memorial Day and then it's 4th of July and
In
then
summer vacations and all that.
yeah, summer vacation. I mean, you work hard for the first half of the year to enjoy the rest of it, basically.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, following up a 3 day with another 3 day. Going to Las Vegas to see Garth Brooks in his residency. Not really tour because it's a residency. And he's playing like 30 shows in 23, another 30 or 40 or whatever in 2024. Small venue at Caesar's Palace. So super excited for that on Saturday of the weekend. Seeing a Cirque show on Sunday, and then a little Monday off to follow. So back to back Mondays off. Not bad.
Nice. Yeah, I can't beat a 3 day. I actually sandwiched a 2 day work week between a 3 day weekend and a 4 day weekend. So I've got
Man.
like the ultimate best of the best. Yeah, I had a good Memorial Day weekend. Work today, tomorrow, and then a Thursday, Friday. and then through Sunday, going to be in Chicago for the first time. I'm excited to check out the Windy City. I'm going there for a friend's wedding and gonna have some time to explore the city. We're looking at all the good places to eat on Yelp, and I am
Yeah,
ready for the pounds. It just looks like awesome food.
dude. I mean, jury's out. You got to go. Come back with 5 to 10 additional. Um, but my two requests, because we'll have a good hit the spot next week. But you got to get deep dish pizza. You have to find the best deep dish on behalf of, because like I don't know when I'm gonna go. You have to hit that. And then you
Looks
know
like
what else
there's
you
some
have to get.
spots.
Yeah, oh I bet. But like don't go to like an overhyped. Try to find like kind of hole in the wall, but like you'll be safe going there.
Good call. What was the other request?
Gotta get some skyline chili.
Do they have that in Chicago? I think you're
I think
thinking Cincinnati.
oh, that's
Haven't been there,
close.
but I'll let you know when I do.
Oh, that is Cincinnati. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
you can go Chicago dog and deep dish
Mm.
pizza.
Chicago dog was not on my radar, but if I see a stand, I'll try one out. Yeah, looked at deep dish. Looks like a lot of good Italian food. Found some good like donut spots. So I'll
Mm.
report back on what I find.
Yeah, dude, Chicago dog, just if the people are not familiar, um, classic hot dog with oh, I thought I just saw it. Where was it?
That one has cream cheese, right? Cream cheese, onions, or is that the Seattle dog?
No, that's Seattle. It has a pickle, peppers, tomato, and onions.
Sounds pretty bomb to me.
I mean, that's a sandwich right there.
Yeah, true. Yeah, only difference is it's not a slice, it's a tube.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, exciting. Hunter heads to Vegas and I'm going to Chicago. Fun weekend ahead, long weekends. Don't forget if you want a koozie, go on our Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, check it out. You're gonna love it. Send us a message and it'll be in your mailbox, real mailbox. You'll get an actual package from CTL. And we'll hook you guys up. So check it out.
Yeah, that'll be awesome.
Well, cool. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Appreciate you guys as always. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, review. If you haven't dropped us a 5-star on Apple Podcasts for a while, jump over there and do it. And be back next week for a full recap of all the fun festivities.
Yeah, and make sure you follow us on YouTube. We've had a lot of content on there recently. Look for our shorts and our reels. Those are fun. Just clips out of the episodes that you know and love. So head on over there too. But yeah, the ratings on Apple for some reason they make the difference.
Yeah, it does. Well, yeah, appreciate the support week in and week out, and we'll be back next week.
Well, everybody, as always,
As always, climb the
climb the
ladder.
ladder.